First of all, welcome everyone again. Now that our latest release has been out for a bit, it's time for a new webinar. We've received the first feedback from all of you and would like to give you an overview today of the new functionality introduced with version 24.12 of RapidAuthor for Teamcenter. And as usual, if you have any questions, we have reserved time at the end of the webinar. And if you need any further information or want to have a deeper look into specific functionality, just contact us afterwards. We can set up separate sessions as well. First, we will look at features related to preparing your data and tools. Then we will move on to authoring itself, split into features for S1000D, for DITA, and for general authoring. And at the end of this part, we will also have a look at a couple of new 2D related features. And after authoring, we will spend some time presenting new functionality of our Teamcenter integration. Our main focus here today will be the integrations with Service Planner and EasyPlan. Let's start with preparation, specifically with data import. As some of you will know, previously selecting a PMI object in RapidAuthor caused performance slowdown due to the numerous transforms and shapes happening. In this new release, we will help with that through merging algorithms to eliminate redundant points and reduce complexity. Overall performance is significantly improved in this situation, minimizing unnecessary system load. Additionally, PMI objects without geometry are now ignored during loading, ensuring a much smoother workflow. The new release also introduces multi-language metadata import in a single import session. In Rapid Configuration, part of Rapid Developer, the metadata rules window, you can see in the screenshot here, now includes a language selection option, allowing you to configure metadata rules for different languages seamlessly. And as in most releases, we follow industry trends regarding CAD data and have added support for additional CAD data file formats with Rapid Data Converter and RapidJT components in this release. You can see a selection here, and for a complete list of all our supported formats, you can check out our full release notes as always. And now let's move on to authoring. As mentioned, we will have a look at S1000D features first. S1000D data modules starting from issue 5 may contain information about control authorities. In previous releases, we implemented the support for this element in our publications, and now we provide a convenient user interface in the document editor for adding and editing information about control authorities. To edit the list of control authorities in the data module, you need to use the context menu command control authorities. To add a control authority reference to an element in the data module, you just right-click inside the element, then select Insert Edit and Control Authority Reference. Here you can add, replace, or remove the data. You can now also insert references to external resources and define how they should be opened. References with the attribute New will be opened in a new window. References with the attribute Replace will be opened in a window that will replace your current one. And references with the attribute Other will always be opened in the same new window if you click the link several times. This is critical when you integrate RapidAuthor publications in external web apps. The reference block can be now automatically created or updated when opening S1000D 4.1 and higher projects from Teamcenter and saving them back. And if you're working in standalone mode, you can generate the reference blocks manually using a new toolbar button in the document editor, shown in this screenshot. It's called Table of References on top here. It's a bit small, but you should be able to make it out. Invalid references are highlighted in the document, seen with a red background here, and are listed in the error message as well. Reference blocks are not required for some data modules, so their generation can be disabled using Brex rules. Turning off automatic generation also helps a bit to improve performance. And next, the PCT filter is now supported in PDF publications from Rapid Catalog. It works in the same way as it was previously implemented for HTML publications. As displayed on the picture here, we select the desired product in the Product for Publication metadata. And this selection is then reflected in the resulting PDF publication. And finally, here are a couple of additional smaller improvements. S1000D issue 6 is now supported in S1000D 4.1 and higher specification components. The S1000D 4.1 and higher training specification component is now available in Rapid Learning. It supports S1000D issues 4.1 and higher in one specification, as was previously done for Rapid Catalog, Rapid Manual, and our other authoring modules. And lastly, a small time-saving feature. The DMC code of the current data module, as well as Brex validation errors, can now be easily copied to the clipboard for further use. After S1000D, let's also have a look at new DITA functionality. This next feature is applicable to RapidAuthor working in standalone mode. When you create a book, you often need to select desired documents from a very long list. You might have seen that yourself. Now you can filter this list by the document ID, by type and title, which significantly reduces the search area and speeds up the search. The next feature lets you add references to hotspots of CGM illustrations using the hotspots command. This functionality has been added to DITA topic and DITA task specification components. And this is how the publication of our small example looks like. Next, we will look at group filtering. With recent improvements in DITA filtering, we now support user-created attributes alongside the built-in DITA attributes such as platform or product. In our example shown, the user has added a new attribute, application. You can see that on the right-hand side in the metadata. Allowing the documents to be filtered by both product and by this new attribute application. These enhancements are related to DITAVAL, a document that defines your filtering rules. And this is how the filters look like in the publication. And finally, a much requested set of functionalities related to customization of your PDFs. Many of our customers have a need to customize the default look and feel of the RapidAuthor technical publications to make them fit the documentation style used within the company. In 24.12, we have made this whole process easier. The most important customizations can be done much easier than before by editing the configuration file rules.xml. Manual XSL coding is not required here. And corresponding documentation is, of course, included in the Rapid Developer package. On the next two slides, we want to show you some example code and the resulting document changes. First, you will probably want to create a separate file, say custom rules XML, so your custom settings remain intact after any future upgrades of RapidAuthor. To apply your custom rules, reference the new rules files in the topic to PDF XSL file located in the same folder as rules XML. The customization is then done in the output section of the rules file, as you can see here. You can change things like page size and title page contents. And in our example, we have also customized the header, the footer, added a company logo and an image, and defined the location of other required information. We have tried to mark the code blocks here. You don't have to read through the text, but we have marked the blocks so you can better find them on the resulting title page. And here are the results of this customization. You can also customize the headers and footers of the table of contents page and the main body page that way. And here we will show you how to define custom header and footer for the main body page and how to apply some dynamic values, page numbers, current date, and current section title. And this is how the resulting page might look like. We have a custom logo and current section title in the header, and current date, page number, and other relevant information in the footer. This last functionality was already added in the previous release, but we have not touched it in our previous webinar, so we would like to mention it now as it also relates to the customization of PDF documents. Using this rules file that we mentioned earlier, you can specify the required DITA Open Toolkit and your ready-made plugins that will be applied when creating the PDF output. This is done in the publisher section of the rules file. And now let's look at some general authoring improvements. The Find Items menu now offers expanded search and filtering options. In addition to the existing filters, deleted, hidden, and active items, users can now also search for parametric objects, PMI items, background items, items produced from section plans, and even incremental import items. All of these filters can, of course, be combined for more precise control over your search results. And the second improvement we wanted to highlight here is about the restore recursive command. This command is now available directly in the context menu of the item tree, in addition to the main menu, making it easier and quicker to restore deleted components at any level of an assembly at any time. Additionally, an undo operation has been added to the applicability editor. After this overview for general authoring changes, let's also have a look at what's new for 2D. As many of our new features and improvements, we have worked quite closely with some of our customers on those. Previously, opening multiple files would launch separate instances of the 2D Editor Pro. Now, all files open as tabs within a single window, enabling a true multi-document workflow. You can navigate between tabs using mouse clicks and using keyboard shortcuts, Control-Tab and Control-Shift-Tab, just like you might be used to from other products like browsers. Unsaved changes are now clearly indicated with an asterisk in the tab title. You might, it's a bit hard to see in the screenshot. And objects can be dragged and dropped from one tab to another. And the Save All function allows for saving all open documents with a single click. When 2D Editor is launched from Rapid Catalog or other RapidAuthor modules, you do that via Edit 2D Image Edit. A corresponding icon, visible in purple here in the top left, now appears in the editor, providing clear visual feedback. And lastly, the new synchronized settings feature ensures that enabling an option in one tab, such as displaying rulers, for instance, automatically applies it across all open tabs, streamlining your editing process. The new Combine command seamlessly merges illustrations generated in fixed scale mode. This feature is especially useful when the illustration anchors are located outside the canvas, making manual combining quite difficult. Let's have a look at how this works. You just select the items you wish to combine, press Shift, then you select the illustration that will be used as an anchor and click Combine. That's it. And this second combine step also demonstrates that all selected illustrations are automatically scaled to match the anchor illustration. As you can see, all illustrations are now overlaid and scaled correctly. And for further edits, you still have each illustration in a separate layer in the Explorer window in the top right. Now, in our last main section today, we'll have a look at improvements to our Teamcenter connection and integrations with Teamcenter modules. Let's start with an S1000D feature. New attributes display whether the data module is valid against XSD, Brex, and contains only valid references. New attributes are automatically updated when the project is saved to Teamcenter. And administrators can permit or prohibit, distribute, and prepare for approve in Teamcenter for non-validated data modules. And now let's have a look at specific integrations. One of the main new features of 24.12 is a basic integration with EasyPlan that we will build on further in the next releases. If you haven't worked yet with EasyPlan, it's a web solution for creating and managing the manufacturing bill of materials and the bill of process, amongst other things. Here you can create work instructions based on the data imported from Teamcenter Manufacturing Process Planner. If you have not seen what we can do if you import not only CAD data and bill of material, but also the bill of process, it's really quite magical, as we then have all we need to create the full set of work instructions for you, including 3D animations. I don't think we have a video for this workflow yet, but we can share a demo with you if you are interested. I think we actually have a video. Let me double check if that works. Fantastic. Excellent. Let me just show you then. We start in Active Workspace in Teamcenter. This is an EasyPlan object, which includes 4 types of info blocks. You can see in the EasyPlan interface, we have an engineering BOM, a manufacturing BOM, the plant structure, and a general bill of process. And on the right, you see related tasks. Let's start with the high-level planning task. Here you can see the manufacturing bill of material on the left, and the bill of process on the right. The bill of process consists of process stations, and we will use one of them to demonstrate process planning. Here you can see information such as the involved parts and resources, as well as other assets used in this process. The sub-process includes operators and operations with their list of parts, and each operation has a specific occurrence type assigned to it that is used by RapidAuthor for the creation of animations in the generated work instructions. To complete this task, we now select the process, and then we just launch RapidAuthor for Teamcenter. Import is the only available function at this time because the RapidAuthor project doesn't exist yet. What happens now is that RapidAuthor imports the bill of materials, the 3D geometry, and the bill of process, and generates the whole project for you. Technically, this functionality is quite similar to the generation of RapidAuthor documents from the bill of process in Service Planner, if you're already familiar with that. And after the successful import, we now have a RapidAuthor project and more options such as edit. If you look at the generated project in Rapid Manual, we can clearly see the newly created animation steps that were generated for you on import. On the top left, you see the bill of material. On the bottom, we have the process editor with automatically generated animations. And on the right, you see the fully generated document. Saving this back to Teamcenter, we generate a publication and will be able to review it directly in the Teamcenter Active Workspace user interface. We can, in EasyPlan, find the new datasets with the project, the publication, and also with log files. And if we open the publication for preview, like we do here, you can see the animations, the text, and other informations, all created by RapidAuthor automatically based on BOM and BOP information. And as mentioned, similar to how we import the bill of process from EasyPlan, we can also do that with Service Planner, and some of you are already making use of this functionality. In this release, we have included quite a few improvements for our Service Planner integration. First, we now also support import of service process objects. And additionally, all standard types of notice and service notice objects are now correctly imported. You can see examples of imported objects in the pictures here. Here's a notice. Images attached to notice, service process, service requirement, and work card objects are now imported into the document and positioned directly after the title of the corresponding step in the document. Here's another example of imported images for warning and notice. The procedure editor now supports unlimited nesting levels of procedural steps when using the Service Planner work card specification component. This enables the process structure of the Teamcenter Service Planner to be mirrored in the Rapid Manual procedure. In the generated document, the elements corresponding to the procedure steps are flattened, as you can see on the bottom right, to 3 levels supported by the DITA task specification, that is task, step, and substep, while preserving links to the original procedural steps. This ensures that images and warnings appear correctly within their respective steps in the document, and it preserves accuracy in future updates. DITA MAP can now be automatically created for service requirement objects. This can be done by creating a new item type, DITA MAP Service Planner, where DITA MAP is selected for a profile and DITA MAP Service Planner is selected for a group. Then the publish command will search for all DITA topics located inside the service requirement object and will generate the DITA map from these topics. The resulting DITA map is displayed here. And last but not least, the rapid manual command generate, located in the menu document, has been renamed to generate or update. That's obviously not the main change here. You might already be able to guess at the reason for the name change. When using the Service Planner work-card specification component, this command will now retain all permitted changes made by the author in the document manually. That means you do not lose manual edits when regenerating your document from Service Planner. When you update the document, the text blocks in the document editor are marked in different colors, as you can see here on the right, gray and yellow. The generated read-only text is marked in gray. The user text is marked in another color. We hope this will be very useful in your workflows. And that's it for our quick overview of the main new functionality in our 24.12 release. As always, this is just a selection of features, and we have many more small changes and improvements for you. For the full list, please refer to the release notes. But if you have any questions, let's hear them. Let's start the QA section. We always have a small built-in delay in the Teams section. Let me move the Q&A panel here so you can all see them. The team is working on answers to all of those, so I'll try to wait for answers for the teams. Let's see. The first question, how to reference a PDF file from Teamcenter. So I have a PDF file stored in Teamcenter and I want to reference and use it in RapidAuthor. And is that possible with DITA as well? Just a moment while the team is discussing. Seems to be the same question, yeah. You probably looked in between these two posts. Very good. Let's give the team a moment to respond before I move on to the next question. By the way, as usual, I think I mentioned that at the start briefly. If we cannot get to your question or you need further information, please just contact us afterwards and we can set up a separate session and look at your specific situation and workflow. I think there's a response already, so let's take that one first. We are managing welding data in Teamcenter, and the import update command is failing on connection objects. We have to heavily modify the import profiles to handle these. So yeah, the 24.12 release automatically processes connection objects and any other objects which may be present in the engineering structure. In particular, connection objects are processed in the same manner as regular product objects. You may still have to add rules to the import profile if you need to use the connections attributes. If that doesn't work right away for you, please let us know afterwards and we can have a look together at the import profile. Then let's have a look at that one. What are the permitted changes in the document that are not lost when the document is updated? You remember I mentioned the differently marked text. Very good. Here you can see a list. You can add any element inside the following elements: task, abstract, task body, step, substep, related links. What's not possible is adding elements with any context inside the element steps and substeps. The procedure structure needs to be changed in the procedure editor, including new steps creation and step deletion. On update, the document will be changed accordingly. All the content of the document imported from Service Planner is read-only in the document editor. This will probably require looking at the way you have set up Service Planner more specifically, and we are very happy about any feedback with that new feature. In general, the idea is that content generated from Service Planner will be kept, but you still have a chance to do manual edits, which are usually, well, sometimes quite important. I don't like the interface here. Very good. Then let's look at this one. Generate and update command for Service Planner looks very powerful. Does it work with legacy Cortana 3D items in standard mode or even in easy plan? Only for Service Planner. Yeah, exactly. It works only for Service Planner specification currently, but we may add it in future versions for other specifications such as DITA Rapid Work Instructions, Manufacturing Process Planner, Job Card, etc. This is one of the things where we rely on your feedback. If you have a situation where this functionality might be useful in other specs, do let us know, please, and we will consider it for prioritization. Also, please, team, also have a look at the first question or the first two questions. I think we had those. We are not in the same room, but I can basically hear the team typing as we speak. And yes, this is probably covered. This question, is the last feature document generator or update only available with Service Planner? For now, yes. That depends on the specification, but we are very open to extending the support. And as a comment for our nose team, please add the document update also to Legacy RapidAuthor. That would be so useful. I hope it's going to be useful in the first step in the Service Planner context. It's quite a useful functionality. There's a question with an answer. In EasyPlan, does EWI support the output file created? Currently, it's only supported for process and operation objects. I hope that covers your question. If not, feel free to post another one or, as mentioned, contact us afterwards. You got that one. Yeah, to get back to the first one, how to reference a PDF file in Teamcenter. Yeah, makes sense. Need to discuss possible options internally and come back to you. We will contact you, Sebastian. Generate update. The import profile recognizes different languages in PLM XML. How does it know which is English, German, French, or whatever language? If you have different languages in different PLM XML attributes, then you can use Rapid Configuration to create a separate rule for each attribute. And Sergey also provided an example you can have a look at here, Ernest. Let me know if you need further information after that. But I hope this covers your question. Very good. I think these all have been addressed. Okay, maybe that's an added information that would be valuable. The document generator or update functionality seems to already be planned for DITA task. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the presentation itself. Add that one. Let's wait for the team to get to the other questions. Like this one. You have shown the automated animation based on the Bob and MPP integrated environment. Yeah. Is it possible to create the automated animation in Teamcenter integrated environment? Didn't I just see a 1 here? Very strange. I hope we didn't lose the answer here. But in general, the Teamcenter and Teamcenter applications related functionality is obviously only relevant in the Teamcenter context. So if you are working with Teamcenter and Service Planner in Teamcenter, you can make use of the new functionality in 2412. Here's a new answer. Can you split up a document where different groups manage different sections, but it rolls up to one master document? Okay, for DITA documents, you can use content references for that purpose or DITA MAP. Let us know if that covers your questions. And by the way, I believe in that Q&A interface, it may or may not be possible to post comments to your own questions. If that works, fantastic. If not, and you want to comment on one of our answers, feel free to post a new question. That's the one I was missing earlier. So automated animation based on bit of process in MPP. The bit of process exists just in Service Planner and Easy Plan for us to be available in Teamcenter. So this is where the procedure bin can be created automatically from the Bob. The way this works is that we, as you know, in connection with Teamcenter, we always import the bill of materials and the corresponding 3D geometry if we have any. In addition to that, if we also, as I mentioned before, have access to Bob information from Service Planner or Easy Plan, we can automate more. You know, that's the basic idea. So you do need Service Planner or Easy Plan to make use of that functionality. And you will have seen the additional answer here. I think these were all answered. Very strange. I was about to read that question about XLSM. But I can't see the response anymore. Let's take that one first then. Is there more information to read about enhanced PDF customizing in DITA? Yes, the information is available in modification of specification components of DITA type PDF. That's part of the Rapid specification documentation. So if you already have access to Rapid Developer, you will have this documentation for Rapid specification and can see that in the 2412 update. If there's any additional information you need, let us know directly. But you should have access to the documentation. As we still have questions coming in, of course, I will probably say that at the end of the session. If we don't have enough time today in this Q&A section to get to all your questions, we will follow up directly after the webinar. So don't worry. Here's a new one. Is it possible to clearly mark edits between revisions so only changes are reviewed? Revisions are marked in the DPL table in Rapid Catalog. If you're asking about the document editor, that depends on the specification you use. If you need any further information, again, contact us afterwards. It depends on your workflow and your data, but we can have a look at that. And as a next step after, questions about functionality and usage, if any of you are already working with the new features we have presented today or any others in the 2412 release, and there's anything that isn't working as you would expect yet, or you have ideas on further improving the way this all works, don't hesitate to let us know. The feedback we get from our partners and direct customers is the most important basis for roadmap prioritization we have. So we will very likely prioritize what would help you in your workflows. How easy it is to have an external party review and approve this supplier partner connect. Depends a bit on what you're thinking of, but yes, that will probably be done in Teamcenter. But let us know if this doesn't cover your question or your use case. I think these two questions, I'm relatively sure that I already saw an answer to that one earlier, but let's see, maybe we can get to those as well. The rest, I believe, has been covered. Teamcenter Structure Manager. This is also something I will have to relate to the team. It's quite interesting to hear your specific setup, but in this case, for the automated generation of step-by-step instructions, let's summarize it like that, from the bill of process in Teamcenter. This works in our integrations with the individual modules like MPP or EasyPlan, or as mentioned above, for bill of process in Service Planner. So this only works where we have an existing integration. Here's some additional information about the review question. There's some overlap for RapidAuthor for Teamcenter functionality with Teamcenter. So the way you structure your data in Teamcenter and how you prepare your data is part of the whole workflow, including reviews. To come back to that one, by the way, also allows me to mention something, whether it's possible to clearly mark edits between revisions. If we don't cover, we try and cover the most important or most common use cases in our out-of-the-box specifications, but it is possible to create, just like you create custom import profiles for your specific data structure, you can create custom specifications, and we can adjust those to your workflows much better. So that might be possible with custom specifications. Now I can see it again. Regarding that question for the import in Illustrator, XLSM is Excel. Rapid Illustrator contains an image, so Excel files might not contain any useful information about Rapid Illustrator, but that's also Teams has issues today, it seems. Probably caused by the delay in the Q&A section. If you have a specific use case where we just don't understand yet whether it makes sense, let us know afterwards. We are very flexible when it comes to import directly into our authoring tools, but obviously where it makes sense. That's also only visible to me now. Can you split up a document where different groups manage different sections? Ah, no, we already had that. You can use content references to do that. Very good. I think we covered all of those. Here's a question about bulk import of graphics into rapid text projects. Let's see if we can cover that as well. quite happy to see so many different questions from different parts of the product and usage. Don't hesitate to ask if you have any other questions. This question, as Roman just posted, we might need to hear some more technical details to provide you with a proper answer. The question was about something like a script for RapidAuthor 2312 that allows the user to bulk import graphics into a Rapid Text project. Generally, that is probably possible, but yeah, we probably need more information about the specific scenario you're looking at. Let us know afterwards, and we can discuss directly. Good. I think we covered all the questions, that at least the ones I can see already. That was the first duplicated one. Excellent. Let's see if we have any last minute questions, as we have 2 or 3 minutes left. If you need to know any more detail about functionality or have specific questions, let's discuss this via email or in a separate session. We do want to get to all of your questions. Do we have any more in the queue, team?
No, we don't.
Very good. Looking at the time, that is probably, if there are no questions waiting for answers anymore, a good time to wrap up today's session. Thanks a lot for your continued interest. I hope the new functionality will be useful in speeding up your workflows and save you lots of time as usual. If anything else comes to your mind right after the session ends, that happens very regularly, send us a message and let us know, and we will discuss separately. Apart from that, have a great day, rest of your week, and talk to all of you soon. Goodbye.